That work for him, and again KSI bouncing around, showing good fitness still as Fury. He's just been frustrated again as KSI just had the nerves, so every time Fury gets anywhere near him, he just gets hold of that left arm and ties him up.
I tell you what's a smart thing though, that KSI is up on his toes, and that when they get a fight, close round, that can catch a judge's eye, that can sway a judge, you know, where your fight's going one way, or where a fight is so close, the guy that is up on his toes normally gets the edge, and this one is very, very tight. KSI has had success with the jab in this round. Big right hand there, just falls short as well. Tommy Fury trying to push forward, trying for a big finish. 1 minute to go on the clock.
Well, Tommy Fury, of course, from that fighting family, the Gypsy King, his brother Tyson's in the corner. Well, this is great family pride and honour at stake. He is the boxer, if you like, in this event, and KSI, we feel, possibly could have edged it. Fury may need something very dramatic here in the final 40 seconds, but KSI ties him up once again, won't let him get those shots off, and Fury tries to let the hands go up close, but now as KSI comes back, tries to let his hands go, he's pushing Fury back now, and Fury fighting off the back foot, but still it's scrappy, still he can't land clean, still it ends in a clinch as it has all the way through this contest. The referee has to separate them, but will we get any drama in the final 15 seconds? Oh, Fury catches KSI, who just moves back and dances around. Again, final knockings. It's still KSI bouncing. Fury looking for the big shot. It's not going to happen. It's going to end at the 6 rounds. It'll be down to the judges. KSI sees it out. Tommy Fury raises his hand to the arena. KSI is lifted by his corner. Both men claim victory. Well, Tommy Fury, has he done enough? Has he lost his unbeaten record? This won't count in the eyes of the British Boxing Board of Control, of course. This is not a sanctioned fight. This is misfits boxing. But as Tommy Fury, has he been beaten, Spencer Oliver?
I tell you what, Dom, this is subjective scoring. What you like, what you go for. There ain't a lot in this. This fight is on a knife edge. It could go either way. Did you like the bouncy style of KSI, the success he was getting with the right hands, or did you like the pressure, the come forward pressure, trying to force the pace of Tommy Fury?
Can you see a draw?
Or if the narrative is going to take place and we're going to see it again, maybe a draw.
Yeah, but you want to see it again?
Not really. I just had Tommy Fury just pipping that last round, and so I've got him winning by a point.
It might be tight, but it wasn't good to watch.
Nah, it was fun to watch. We were watching two guys that are of a certain level that didn't know how to figure out
each other.
Yeah, and with all due respect, the way to unlock it was relatively easy. Did you see Tommy Fury step back and throw an uppercut once? Every single time KSI comes in, he ducks. The head's there for the uppercut, he never did that once. And KSI, every time he's attacking, he's just trying to throw that big overhand right. Yes, he caught Tommy a couple of times, but it was telegraphed every single time. I personally scored that a draw. I think they'll score it a draw. I think they'll throw it up and they'll try and rerun this.
Well, listen, whatever way this contest goes, one way or the other, you can't argue it. It is one of those, a draw would be a fair result because it was so close, the rounds were so messy, no one really stamped their authority in that contest.
Can I just say, though, we have to admire what KSI is achieving against a novice professional boxer. I mean, the shape he's in,
the same level.
Man. They are the same level. But KSI only took this up a couple of years ago and started taking it seriously a couple of years ago. I really admire what he's doing.
Yeah, athletically, you look at him, he's got himself in some phenomenal shape. He obviously has the time on his hands with the wealth that he's accrued from other activities to be able to dedicate himself to a proper training camp and some proper stuff. He's obviously a fan of the sport to a certain degree, and you've got to admire that. He's also got a massive set of stones, you know what I mean?
He struggled through periods in that fight. You could see him really having to come through difficult moments, but
he showed
you
a lot of
recognise
character.
that,
He showed a lot of character in there. He had to bite down on his gum shield. He was feeling the pace as early as the 3rd round, and he showed a lot of character, which is really, really important. Tommy Fury also as well. I've got to tell you guys, this could be a draw, and if it goes to a draw, that won't go down well in here. I think the people, the crowd, they want a winner.
Well, we're going to find out in a moment or two because both guys are just alongside the referee. waiting for the official announcement. We're just waiting for Michael Butler to get the piece of paper in his hand to make that. He's right in front of me as it stands right now. The television people are kicking him out of the way. So hopefully we're going to get an official announcement regarding the result of this contest between KSI and Tommy Fury. Both fighters are ready and waiting for the result. As the television production people are running, it's a bit chaotic, actually.
Ladies and gentlemen,
here we go.
We go to the scorecards after 6 rounds of boxing.
Well, well, well. Tommy Fury has managed to get himself a majority decision against KSI. KSI looks absolutely dumbfounded. One judge scoring the fight a draw with 2 judges going in Tommy's favour by a point. What did you make of that, boys?
Well, you know what? You can't argue with that, if I'm totally honest. It was going to go one way or the other. If you would have went around KSI or around Tommy Fury, you can't argue that because the fight was so scrappy. No one really took a foothold of that. No one snapped their authority. It was what you was looking for, you know, subjective scoring. You can't argue the result. It could have gone either way. It could have been a draw. It was a close fight.
Tell you what, though, one thing I would like to add. If you saw the reaction, were you watching the Fury corner?
Yeah.
Well,
relief and satisfaction.
No, that was like the world title. It was like he'd won a legitimate world title. Such was the enthusiasm and excitement for Tommy edging past KSI. And I suppose I suppose it's a great moment, obviously, for all of them. But it kind of shows you really where Tommy is in the big scheme of things.
I love you, my hometown Manchester.
Tommy, you said before the fight that a decision wasn't enough, that you had to stop him. Does this feel like a loss?
Listen, a lot went up in the build-up. I couldn't use my right hand for 6 weeks, and I'm not an excuse maker. I couldn't use my hand for 6 weeks, and the reason why I'm so emotional is because I'm changing my family's life. Fight by fight, I'm changing my little daughter's life. I'm a little kid out of Salford who's doing well, and I'm trying.
Did you think you had done enough to win the fight before they read the scorecards?
What's that?
Did you think you did enough to win the fight before they read the scorecards?
Listen, I fought my heart out in there. I fought my absolute heart out, and that's all you can do. I said from day one, there'll never be another Tyson Fury. I'm just trying to be the best Tommy Fury that I can be.
And so ultimately, what did you make of his performance? Did he surprise you at all? Did he look better than you thought he would?
Listen, he's an awkward man. He's very awkward. I'll give him that. By the end of the day, I got the victory tonight. We're 10-0. And like I said before, I want to thank the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for his victory tonight. Amen. Jesus Christ.
What did you say to him after the fight?
I haven't spoken to him after the fight. Listen, at the end of the day, a little shit went up in the build-up. It is what it is. He goes his way, I go mine. I'm done with all this shit, all this crossover shit. I'm not a part of that. I'm here to fight, and we go on to the next challenge now.
So you're done? No Jake Paul rematch? No Logan Paul? No nothing? You're going back to traditional boxing?
No, definitely not, mate. I'm done with the bullshit. Fuck the bullshit. On to the next challenge. Any of the Pauls want it, I welcome with open arms. Let's get on.
Apologies for the language that you've just heard there coming out of Tommy Fury's mouth. Obviously, he's incredibly emotional off the back of the victory. I, for one, am actually glad to hear that he's done with the BS and that he wants to come back to...
Is he done?
Listen, a pound note will... Oh, there's a little bit of back and forth now going in the ring right now. KSI just addressing the crowd.
I'll tell you one thing. He can land 2 right hands around, but I was pushing the pace, I was throwing the shots, and I was the one working.
You weren't landing. You weren't landing.
Look at him out.
You weren't landing. Look at your face. Look at your eyes. Look at you. Look at you. I understand. I'm the YouTuber, and you're the boxer. You have to win. I understand. It's all good.
Hey, you're a sore loser, you bum. Back to YouTube, bum.
Okay, KSI.
There you go.
Would you want a rematch?
Yes.
KSI just in the crowd, in the ring right now, just addressing the crowd.
Which rounds do you think you won decisively? Do you remember?
1 to 3 and a point off.
How do you lose a 6 rounder?
How do I lose a 6-rounder?
With 3 rounds in and 1 point off.
Unreal.
And he said before the fight that a decision win over you is a loss to him. Are you surprised that he is so happy to win a decision like
He's
this?
the man that's meant to be the pro boxer. And he a split decision or majority decision. It's outrageous, man.
And I have to ask you about the shots to the back of the head.
Bro, the amount of times he hit me in the back of the head. So many times. And the referee gave only 1 point, and he kept doing it over and over.
You think he was doing that on purpose, trying to hit you?
Of course, trying to fuck up my equilibrium. And he was just grabbing me.
Again, we'll just have to cut that because of the language, of the emotions are running higher at the AO Arena in Manchester. KSI, they're just aggrieved at the decision that has gone against him. Obviously, emotions are running high. I'm sure he'll get the opportunity to watch that fight back and maybe come up with some type of assessment. As I said, in the immediate aftermath, I probably had it a draw, 1 point either way. I'm not going to kick off and moan about it. Obviously, he's on the receiving end of it because he wants to create a little bit of history and get himself a bit of bragging rights this evening.
Listen, whoever loses that contest tonight is going to kick off. They're going to go mad because it was one of them fights. It was close. Both guys would have felt they'd done enough to win the fight. You can understand that. So I can understand where KSI is coming from, his feelings, his emotions, but it was one of those fights.
So just in case you're just joining us on talkSPORT, or maybe even on the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel, where plenty of people have been streaming throughout the course of the evening, it's Tommy Fury that gets his hand raised. It's a majority decision in his favour. One judge went for a draw, and 2 judges went to him via 1 point. He gets his hand raised, and he's already made his way back towards his dressing room. KSI still in the ring right now, incredibly aggrieved at the decision.